Yeah, yeah. The world is so small till it ain't. Yeah, I'm building up a wall till it break. She hate it when I call and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting. I hope.
Alright, we are back, episode 3, life update, my journey to 100 miles. It has been an amazing week. I'm glad you guys chose to tune in once again. We hit 60 subscribers this week, which for me, I promise you, is humbling. I'm really excited about that, to cross that milestone. I know 100 is only so far away, and I'm thankful for all of you guys that tune in. As far as this week is concerned with training, I did 3 lifts and I did 4 runs. If you can see here or here, wherever I decide to put it, I'm somewhere in the realm of 20 to 25 miles a week. I spoke to my coach. We will be ramping up volume soon, but it is still a little early. Again, my race for 100 miles is in October, but that doesn't mean we just prepare for October. I need to have a couple things on the calendar to hit certain milestones so I understand where I'm at when I'm in a hard race. So what we've decided to do is 3 big races on the way to that 100. First one is going to be in April, which is going to be a 50 miler. Then I'm running a backyard ultra hosted by my good friend Dan Marchese. It is a 12-hour ultra around a 4.2 mile loop in the woods. I'm going to go check out the course with him in a couple months. We will YouTube that as well. So good. And then in August in Pennsauken, there's a 12-hour race called Loopy Looper, where we run a 3.75 mile loop for 12 hours. During that time, there's also a 100-mile race that's going on. There's a 24-hour race that's going on. And I wanted to mention Loopy Looper because the guy who won Loopy Looper last year for the 100-mile race, he actually set a course record at Cooper River Park. It was somewhere in the realm of 16 hours. His name's Andrew Linder. Great guy. Go and give him a follow. Look him up. I'll put his social media in the description of this video. He actually ran across the country from San Diego to Philadelphia, I believe it was, in 67 days or under 70 days. It was incredible. Raised a ton of money for charity. But there's a clip that he sent me that his videographer had of us right before the race started. And I want to play this clip and I want to talk about something special from it. So here goes the clip.
What's the goal today? 50? Yeah, get it done, bro.
Your goal is
under 20. Yeah, the win.
Whatever pace.
Absolutely, man. We'll have some fun. We'll party and we'll show some miles out there.
Fired up for you.
You look great, bro.
Thank you.
Good luck today, all right?
Now, if you notice in that clip, I'm smiling the whole time. The reason why is because there is an excitement that comes with race day when you know you're about to go up to a starting line and push yourself to an absolute limit. And I had signed up for that race on 30 days notice. I was already training volume for an ultra that I was running the following month in September. I did a 24-hour race on the Art Museum stairs in Philadelphia. And Andrew said something really insightful as he was going through the night, and they caught this on film. You'll see it in his documentary, but he says a lot of people go into these races hoping for a good outcome, and hope is not a strategy. Have a plan and execute your plan. And I will always remember that, because when I went into that race, my goal was to just have a good time, not get too crazy, and just use it as a training run for the following month. And what ended up happening was I hit around mile 38, mile 39, and my groin hurt so bad. I have never felt a pain like this in my life, that I could barely do any more running. And I ended up getting 45 miles. I fell short of my goal of 50 miles. And it was a great learning experience for me to get back to the gym, to get into the strength training, which is critical. But in a way, I remember hearing that line and saying, I did go in there with hope. I ended up pushing myself too hard, and when I did the ultra the following month, it showed. I ran a lot less miles than I did the year before. The year before I ran almost 53. 2025 I ran 43, and I knew that I had just pushed myself too hard. Doing 2 ultras in 2 months was just something that my body wasn't ready for, and neither was my fitness level. Although I got it done, I fell short of the goals that I originally set for myself, and I used that as a learning experience. And the thing that I'm learning is even outside of running, the more you become obsessed with the details, the more successful you will be. And the thing is, you're gonna run into moments where people are gonna look at you obsessing over these details and think that you're crazy, or they're gonna try to say that that's so small it doesn't matter. Let me be the one to tell you, don't let that get to you. Don't believe them. Don't fall into that trap, because every time you make an excuse for yourself, like, oh, this doesn't really matter, you're setting a bar. You're setting something, you're saying that this is okay. And sooner or later, that bar is going to keep being tested and keep being risen. The second part about this 100 miles I really wanted to talk to you about is where you have to mentally go in order to get this done. I text one of my good friends, Kellen Matthews. I'm sure if you follow me, you've been following him already. His IG is Kellen Runs Philly. Same thing with YouTube. Has an awesome comeback story of addiction to crushing marathons and ultra marathons. He's taught me a ton about running and building fitness and creating content. And we were texting about the race, and I had mentioned to him a couple of things, and I wanted to read this response to you. You just have to be prepared to go to that dark place, but it's nothing you haven't already overcome. At this point, for you or me, it's just a revisit. Ha ha ha. And that is the gem that I wanted to mention to you today, is that you are going to hit a point, and this doesn't have to just be in running, but for me it was running. I've hit a point in running training, my first half marathon, my first marathon, my first ultra marathon. It's all the same in a sense that there was a moment in there that I felt so down and done for and was going to fail that I wanted to quit. Once you learn to visit that place and stay there, you'll realize that you are capable of so much more than you can think of by default. When you hit a point in your training where you want to give up, you want to completely quit, and you don't, you prove a little something to yourself. But when you go into that part of the pain and you experience that moment, there's a big question of how long can you really stay there before you call it. And that is a piece of running and training that you often see people continue to chase, because they almost feel like a question is unanswered. It's why someone who runs a half wants to run a full marathon. A person who runs a full marathon wants to run 2. They want to run an ultra. Because when we get to this place and we go against ourselves in every which way, shape, and form that we can, how long can you stay in that cave before you quit? And when you make it out of there, you learn so much about yourself and about who you are and about what you're capable of. And that's why I'm running this race. And that's why he said what he said in this message. It is a revisit, but how long can I stay? Because I know this is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And that's why that clip that I showed you of me and Andrew, and you see me smiling, it's because I knew walking up to that starting line what I was in for. I was in for some hell. There was going to be moments in that race that I wanted to quit. There was plenty. But I was able to dig through and I got it done. And that is a piece that a lot of runners end up chasing, because there's nothing like learning about yourself and who you are. And when you learn about yourself, you become more confident in who you are. It makes you a better person. And there are so many things that you take from running that you cannot just turn off on the outside world and on other facets of life, which is why we love to do what we do. If you're a non-runner, this is your explanation of why we do what we do, why we continue to push, why we like to pursue difficult things, because we know the rewards that are on the other side of it. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. All we doing is running and working and editing content, man. That's all we doing. Take care.